First of all, like we to there is in any language you can take like there will be a volatile kind of, or there will be a local variable, and there will be a global variable. Okay, so here in our case, like if I want to take a local variable and it should be changing all the time, then in the React we have a terminology known as state. Through the state we can able to manage the through through the state we can able to manage the I mean any variable. So if I want to change the state of an variable in future, I have to go for some state dot variable, the start state dot variable, and I can able to change that particular variable. So if I don't want to change a variable, and I want to keep on using the same variable again and again, means in a global in a global declaration, and that should be available for the entire application. At that point of time we have like props is the one which is like an which is like a global declaration, and it will be available for the entire for the entire application wherever it is getting called. So now there are two things in React JS. One is like state, and the other one is like props. These two are very important in React JS. The first thing is like state. If I want to manage a particular variable in my application for a different purposes, if I want to change the variable name again and again. So for example, I just got one salary block and salary column. I want to change the salary column for the next year. Okay. So now my requirement is to change this salary variable. So I can able to change it. I can able to change that particular variable again with the state parameter. But coming for the props, the props are just nothing but they are like a properties declaration. Those properties we can able to use in our entire application. Okay, in our entire application. So that's how the basic difference between the props and also state. So state is a mutable. Props are not mutable. Mutable means changed, changeable. So we can able to change the state. We cannot able to change a props once it is declared. Once I declared a property on an account number, I cannot able to change that account number string again. Once I declare a particular salary with a state parameter, then I can able to change in future uh, at whatever point I have the requirement. So these two are very important. And to change the state parameter, to change the state parameter, we cannot able to change it directly. To change a state parameter in the React JS, we cannot able to change it directly. We have to use set statement method. There is one method known as in React this dot set state. With this set state only, we can able to change the particular variable. I mean variable of a state. We cannot able to change it directly. Suppose for example in the JavaScript, how can you change a variable? Like I can give some var equal to some 10, and in the below statement I can give like var equal to some 20, and I am giving some console log some a, so it will display 20. Why? Because the very most recent assignment is 20. It will be override over there. I can able to directly change the variable, but in the React JS we cannot able to change a state variable directly. We have to use a method known as set statement. Through the set statement only we can able to change the uh, statement variable state, I mean state variable. Okay, so we will see a small example about a state and how it is how it is getting changed. Okay, and yeah. So what is the first requirement for the, for my, I mean, React.js is the folder structure. Like in the public, we should have like index.html. In that index.html, I should be having this link and also div id equal to root, right? So those two things should be available. Means this id equal to root should be available in the public index.html. And the second thing is I want to route my application to this root. Where I want to do that, I have to do that in the index.js. Okay, I have to do that in the index.js. So in the index.js, how can we do it? In the index.js, we can able to mention it as some kind of a render, and we can able to give like app. This app I am going to create, and document dot get element by id, and here I am going to use root. Okay, here I am going to use the root. So that's how we have to route our application, our app to the root id. So from where this app, so I have declared this app, but where this app is declared, so this app is like here, app class app extends react dot component. So this app will be extending the component. This generally it's an class only, but it will extend, it will get the features of all the react.component react features. Okay, and this react again, from where I should import, I have to import this react from node modules. What is the node module for react? It's like react, right? Already it will be having already in the dependencies, we should give like react. So this is the one which will get the react over there. Okay, so this is like a react state, right? So this is this is how the basic linking. So coming for this linking mechanism, whatever we have saw now. So what will be the basic structure inside this app? Basic structure. Okay, is like first one is like constructor. First one is a constructor, and second one is like render and return. Okay, so whatever I want to do some HTML tags and all, so I have to mention all those HTML tags inside this render HTML tags. And if I want to give any other specifications or any other functions, I have to be mentioned in the render. The render. Yeah, 1 second. Hello. Yeah. So yeah, in this render we can give any initialized functions, and also some functions also we can give functions. Okay, so this is a second heated function in the JavaScript. Sorry, in this React structure. The first one, once the component is getting loaded, the first heated area is this one, constructor. First executed area. Okay, executed area. The very next executed area is this render only. Okay, so here it will be second area to trigger. Okay, so after that it will go to the component did mount, and it will undergo some lifecycle methods, and finally it will render the return. Those component lifecycle methods we will discuss. So general basic structure of our React.js is, React component is like this. So it will extend the component and it will get the constructor in the within this is the constructor which will be first executed, and after that we are having the render method. In the render method we will be having the HTML tags. Okay, this is how in general it will happen. Okay, so if I want to give anything inside this div, and I can able to mention over here like div, and I can able to use some kind of a para, some welcome to React.js. Okay, so like this I can able to mention a Java script actually function. Okay, tags to, I can able to return the HTML tags to the JavaScript. This React.js app. So if I am doing one more div here, and I will show you first of all by executing this one, so that you will be more confident. Okay, there is some problem. Yeah, 1 second. Import body. Okay. And, not defined now. I have to get this render method. So in this render method, I will be returning this our HTML tags to this render, and it will finally show that in the localhost 300. So if I am checking this like this, okay, I think it's having some problem inside it. Super. I want to go super here.
Can you explain once again? I mean, like, okay, complete.
Which one?
This,
This total structure.
yeah.
Okay. So see, I will come from here. This one you understood, right? I have a div and I have an ID with root, and so to this root only I am going to pass my app actually. So you have you understood up to this?
Yeah, this I understood.
Okay. So now I want to pass the app component to this root. How can I pass? I have to pass that through the render method. This render method we have to get from the React DOM actually. From React DOM only we can able to pass this render to the to the root. So this will route from the route this component to this root. Okay, and coming for this rendering, this should be declared somewhere, right? So for that I am going to create here one application, so some app component here. So this app component is a class, but it should extend the features, or it should inherit the features of React component. For that purpose, I am importing this React and React.component I gave in the 4th line. This is how the basic structure we are going to inject our component to the root. Have you got that?
Yeah.
So in this component, I should have two things. One is like constructor, and other one is like render. So these two things are important in the React component. These two things are important in the React component. So first thing, when the component is loaded, the very first heated area is this constructor. So constructor will be executed not only in React.js. If you are taking in Java also, the first heated area is like constructor only. So constructor will be built first before it's going for the program. If you want to initialize anything, if you want to initialize any variables, or if you want to declare some variables, or if you want before going to the program, if you want to pass a variable to a particular property or something, though, so in those scenarios we have to do we have to declare them inside this constructor only. So here the constructor is like it will be having one super there is one super keyword in the constructor. So that's a default structure actually. And one more thing here, it is like render method. So in this render method, I am going to have this return again, one more quotation like return statement. In this return statement, I am going to pass this div parameter. I mean this HTML. So I cannot able to give two HTMLs like this. This return will be will be returning only one block scoped element. So this return will return only one block scoped element to the render. It won't. It won't like to do like two block scoped elements. For example, the last class also I showed this example. So we cannot able to send two block scoped elements at a time in the return. We have to do that inside the one block scoped element. So I have one div block scoped element here, and I am going to suppose if I am giving here, then it is accepted. So it will be accepted. So you can able to see like this one here. So it's already accepted, and then we are getting this React JS1 and also React JS2. Okay. So yeah. But we have to pass it as only one block scoped element. Okay. Div is a block scoped element. Okay. So here with this return, it will return only one block scoped element. That too it is having some we can give some para or whatever it is. Okay. So this one whatever we are returning, it will be going to the app, and this app whatever it is there here, it will collect this all this HTML tags, and it will be routed to the root, and this root is the one which will be in this index.html, and finally it will display in the DOM.
If we write anything in index.html, will it print?
Yeah, it will print.
Is in this div tag?
Yeah, it will print. Now suppose for example I gave here some welcome.
In div also.
Huh? Yeah.
In div.
Okay. Suppose if I say, means yeah, we are already routing it. Suppose if I want to give some title and all, it will be displaying. Suppose I am giving some title. I thought you were asking about there another file. React.
And what is this link? You paste one link.
Which one?
This reference, H reference.
Which one?
Link. In index.html, link release equals to style sheet.
Yeah, this is like some bootstrap. This is not necessary. I just imported some bootstrap I mean CSS files to I mean that's not necessary for now. You don't get confused. So here we can able to view like this. Suppose if I am, you can, I think you saw that welcome and all there available. Okay, inside index.html. Okay, yeah, I can find it, index.html. But this is like an, if you are writing like this, you are writing in HTML only. You are not writing in React.js.
Okay.
We have to do in React.js, and we have to send that
Connect with
JSX, yeah, adapt that to the HTML.
Okay.
That one, yeah, yeah. So yeah, now for declaring a state, I will tell state declaring a state. This dot some state. I have to declare a state with this dot state, and inside the state I have to use some kind of some name. And let us think I am giving some name here, some kind of some kind of Tom I gave here, and I'm going to give here some value, some hide click or some value I'm going to give here, value or salary, whatever it is, salary I'm giving here. So then let me put here some kind of 10,000 or something. So here this is a general state declaration. So this is a React way of declaring a variables like name and also salary. So it looked like an object for you, but still they are under one state. So this state, whatever this name and salary are there, I cannot able to manipulate them directly. For example, I try to do like this dot state, and I'm going to give some name here, and I'm going to give here some kind of join or something. So you cannot, it will tell like don't mutate state directly, use state. So if I am going for this front end also, the inspect, yeah, it will tell like don't mutate the state directly, use set state. This is the current version, but we can able to use like set state parameter with this dot set state. So I can able to change this. This is not a valid way of changing state. Okay. So what is the other way? What is the other way to change a state? So we have to do that with state dot and with the name. I'm going to give here name, and not state dot. We are going to give here set state, and I'm going to give here uh, not apply. So here I am going to give here like name. One is like name, and I'm going to give the property. And I'm going to give the value, property and value. My property is name and value is Tom. So I'm going to change it now to the Joy. So now I can able to console this one. See, first we will see like whether it is complaining or not. Okay. So we are having several things. Why? Because we have directly done it inside the render method. So there is a separate way of doing this. That's the way we have to put a button and we have to handle click it inside a function. So let us think I have a button here, some kind of button, and I have like on click, and I am going to use like this some handle click. Okay, so once here I am going to click. Okay, so now I will be finding one button here inside this. One second, I think it is annoying. Okay. So I will be finding the a click here. So for this, whatever the handle click is there, for this handle click, I am going to use handle click here. In this area only, we have to write any function. What is this area? This is in between the constructor and also render. So in this area only, we have to write any function. So I am going to write here the click function of the button like click and handle click, and here it is like this dot set state, whatever I have done earlier. So now it will be like, no, it's not showing any errors. So for now, I am using like cannot read the property of undefined. We cannot use the property of undefined by because it's not, this handle is not binded. So we have to bind this function here inside the constructor, like and handle click, and this dot handle click dot bind, and I want to use this. So still I think so. Now after the binding, the value is changed, but we don't know where it is changed. So I have to console.log and get that value state.name. So if I am giving that now state.name, I think once again joy. Yeah. So initially Tom will come. After clicking that, I'll be finding the joy. So this is like a little information about a state. So what I did is like, first I will tell one more time. I have taken the state value, and I have given a bunch of two property values, property and value, and property and value. These two property and values properties I cannot able to change it directly on my own in the React JSX. So in the React, we have to do that with set state parameter. Through the set state parameter only, we have to change the particular state. We have to change the particular state. So to do that particular, I mean state change, what we want to do is we have to go ahead and take this dot state and name, and we want to give the property value. So in this case, in this case, I am going to keep this value, this set state value, by some kind of event. So what event it is? It is some kind of click event. So to do the click event, I want to give on click in a button, and it should be in camel case, and that should be equal to in a single way binded, single property binded, like I mean in this interpolation. I want to give like this dot handle click. So
This
in the,
handle click is predefined or predefined?
we are defining here only. It's not predefined. This is a
Okay.
function name. This is not a variable name. This is a function name or a method. Okay. So with this method, I'm going to declare here. This is not a variable. So these are variables. This is a variable, but this is not a variable. In this case, it will act like an calling a method. On click event, it will always call a method. So here it will look for the handle click inside this program, and it will find here, and it will go and execute the first statement, and it will give us the result. That's how it will be changing the state. Actually, we cannot able to change it on our own directly. Yeah, I think you are I think you can yeah, in real time also you'll be using the same commands, like whatever I am giving here, all these commands. So where now I can able to go to this git. So for now there is nothing, so I have to push everything with git add git status. If I go, I'll be finding the, I mean the repos here. So I'm going to add each and every repo, git add, and I'm giving this first package.json, and I'm going to go this git add public, and I'm going to do this source git add source. Okay. Once I am giving them, I'll be finding I should be able to do this git push git commit and hyphen yum, and I'm going to go like init. Okay, so now I'm going to push to the origin, git push origin master. So master is my branch where my all these three files go to that depot. So now you will be finding that all these details here, public, and where I'm having this root, and also here like we are having one more thing, what it is, source, where I am having this index.js and all this information. Okay, so now